You love the idea of living near the beach and you're trying to decide between the city of Satellite Beach and Cocoa Beach. Well, in this video, I'm comparing these two beach towns to help you make the right decision. So stick around. My name's Eric Larkin and I'm a real estate agent here on the Space Coast. And when I'm not making videos like this one, I'm helping people buy and sell real estate. So if you have plans on making a move, let me know how I can. All right, let's start the comparison between Cocoa Beach and Satellite Beach by the size or population of these two cities. You can see by recent census that they're almost 100 people apart. Just over 11,000 people are living in either beach town. And looking at the size of each city, Cocoa Beach is a long and skinny city, but from what I've seen online, it's over 15 square miles of landmass. Where Satellite Beach, if it's more of a rectangle-based city, it is just over 4 square miles of landmass. Both Cocoa Beach and Satellite Beach, they rely on A1A as the main thoroughfare going through the city. Cocoa Beach is a little more unique though in regards to side streets and getting around. If you remember the shape, it's a long and skinny city. There are other north and south roadways by the pier. We've got Ocean Beach Boulevard as a way to get around some traffic. On the west side of A1A in that same area, we have North Banana River Boulevard. But other than those two roads at the north end, that's it. You've got to rely on A1A to get through town. Heading south, once you get closer to 4th Street where A1A splits, then you have Brevard Avenue, which is on the west side. It's a fairly long street going from 4th Street now north all the way down to 11th Street south. So you have some options if A1A happens to get backed up in the Cocoa Beach area. A lot of the other streets you have in Cocoa Beach that would run east to west. East side ends at the ocean, and then the west side ends at the river. And unless there are some north and south crossroads, then you're not going to get very far on these roadways. Again, your main transportation is going to be on A1A, maybe Ocean Beach Boulevard, North Banana River Boulevard, or Brevard Avenue. Satellite Beach, just like Cocoa Beach, has A1A as the main thoroughfare running north and south, but where they are different, on the west side of town of Satellite Beach, you have South Patrick Drive. This is a major roadway to help get around town if you're in Satellite Beach. What I like about South Patrick Drive is the speed limit's 45 miles an hour compared to 35 miles an hour on A1A. And you also have crossroads. So if you need to get from the west side to the east side, there's several crossroads that connect these two roadways to help you get around. If traffic's heavy on one side of town, then you can rely on A1A or vice versa, rely on South Patrick Drive. Do you like the idea of living in a beach town that has a nice center hub, like a downtown area that offers shops, restaurants, maybe some office space? Then I highly recommend you look to see what Cocoa Beach has to offer. Between Minuteman Causeway and 4th Street North, you've got 40 bars and restaurants that you can go and enjoy. There's also office space in this area. There's also retail space in this area too. There's a lot of options in this part of downtown Cocoa Beach. They also have a second area which is near the 520 corridor or 520 and A1A intersect. Between 520 and St. Lucie, there are quite a few shops and restaurants in this area too. So Cocoa Beach definitely has some great areas like the downtown hub if that's what you're looking for. Satellite Beach, on the other hand, yes, there are shops and restaurants and bars and things along those lines. However, they're not centrally located like I see in the Cocoa Beach area. They are scattered along A1A. They're either like near the Publix towards the north end of town, or they're in strip malls up and down A1A, and they're also along South Patrick Drive too. So you don't have one central downtown hub. It's more scattered throughout the city. I'm guessing if you're considering a beach town, it's because you want access to the beach, right? Well, actually, any of the beach towns in Brevard County has some great access options for you to get to. But since we're talking about Cocoa Beach and Satellite Beach, this is what these two have to offer. Beach from the north end of Garfield all the way south to Patrick Air Force Station or Patrick Space Force Base, there's 7.5 miles of beaches for you to enjoy. And then in Satellite Beach from Pineda Causeway south to Volunteer, there's about 4 miles of beaches for you to enjoy. So both areas have some great beach options for you. Getting to the beach though, Satellite Beach and Cocoa Beach have two different ways of how they have things set up. Cocoa Beach offers almost all the streets in Cocoa Beach that head east offer you a public beach crossover where you have access to the beach. So there's 40 plus places for you along that 7.5 mile stretch for you to park and then go to the beach. Cocoa Beach also has several parks that are oceanfront parks that you can pull in and park at in order to go to the beach. Now keep in mind, especially inside the city limits of Cocoa Beach and for Shepherd Park and for Fisher Park, you have to pay to park there. It's $5 an hour on all of the street parking, or $15 a day, or on Allen Shepherd or Fisher Park, it's $5 an hour or $20 for the day. If you're near the downtown area and you want to park in the Cocoa Beach parking garage, then that's $5 an hour, $20 for the day. The city of Cocoa Beach does offer a parking pass, parking permit. It's an annual one. If you're a city resident, it's $20 a year. If you're a non-resident, it's $75 a year. And this allows you to park at any of the metered parking at the end of the street for the beach access, or at the Cocoa Beach garage near downtown. Let's look at Satellite Beach and what they have to offer. They do have a lot of beach access points. There's over 17 beach access points throughout the city, and there are 3 parks inside the city limits, plus several parks at the north end of town that's outside the city limits, still considered Satellite Beach. The difference between the 17 beach crossovers, most of those are either limited parking or pedestrian access only, so you can't park near the beach access. But they do offer big parks near the ocean if you want to use those in order to get to the beach. And right now, it's free to park in Satellite Beach if you're going to the beach. However, they're working on a proposal. If you are a resident, you can get a parking permit where it's not going to cost you to park at any of these locations. If you're a non-resident, it's going to be $2.50 an hour or $10 a day. They will be offering parking permits on an annual basis for non-residents, and that'll be $75 for the year. It isn't official yet, but this is something that they're in the work of proposing as of April 2023, and I imagine by the end of the summer, it'll be definitive in regards to paid parking at a lot of the areas near the beach in Satellite Beach for non-residents. A couple other things separating the beaches between Cocoa Beach and Satellite Beach. In Satellite Beach, actually starting at the south end of Patrick Space Force Base, there are actually coquina rocks in a lot of spots along the ocean. Satellite Beach does do a good job of putting signs on the crossovers where there could be rocks in the surf to warn you on it, but just be careful if you're going anywhere between Pineda and the O'Galley Causeway to go swimming in the ocean. There's a chance that there could be coquina rocks, so be aware of that. Cocoa Beach, on the other hand, doesn't have any rocks in their surf, so it's nothing but a sandy bottom as you go out to go swimming in the ocean. Do you like to have an adult cold beverage when you go to the beach? Satellite Beach does not allow alcohol on the beach, where Cocoa Beach does allow alcohol as long as it's not in a glass container. It's in a can or some type of plastic container. You're able to take it to the beach. And if you're looking for a pet-friendly beach, just know that most of Brevard County is not pet-friendly beaches. There is a dog beach at the very end of O'Galley in Indian Harbor Beach, Canova Beach. There's a section there. And South Cocoa Beach, from 4th Street South to 16th Street South, you're allowed to bring your dogs there as long as they're on a leash, and it's before 10 a.m. or after 5 p.m. are the hours that you're allowed to bring your dogs to the beach in South Cocoa Beach. And since I started talking about dogs, let's talk about dog parks between Satellite Beach and Cocoa Beach. They both offer them. Cocoa Beach's dog park is at Lori Wilson Park on the south end, and Satellite Beach is near the library and skate park off of Jamaica. And let's use the dog parks to segue into the other parks and recreations that both Cocoa Beach and Satellite Beach have to offer. They both have top-notch facilities to take care of the residents. You have tennis courts, basketball courts, baseball fields. They both cities even have skate parks. A couple differences between the parks between Satellite Beach and Cocoa Beach. Cocoa Beach has a city golf course. There's 27 holes that you can golf from. Satellite Beach does not have that, but Satellite Beach does offer racquetball courts where Cocoa Beach does not. Satellite Beach also has Samson Island, which is a spoil island that's set up as a park where there's paths and trails and native camping. However, the only way you can get to Samson Island is by boat, kayaks, or some type of water transportation. If you have kiddos, I'm sure schools in an area are important to you. Well, here are the schools that are in the Cocoa Beach area. Anywhere in Cocoa Beach, if you have students that are in the high school range or middle school range, they're going to be going to the Cocoa Beach Junior Senior High School at the end of Minuteman Causeway. And depending on where you're living at, for elementary, you're either going to go to Roosevelt or you're going to go to Cape View in Cape Canaveral. And in the city of Satellite Beach, if you have children in high school, they're all going to Satellite Beach High. The middle schools will either be Delora or Hoover, and elementary schools are either Sea Park, Holland, Ocean Breeze, or Surfside. And since school rankings are always changing, I recommend you go to sites like greatschools.org or School Digger to do the research. One, to verify the school district that your particular house is in, and then two, to verify how well the school ranks to see if it makes sense for your kiddos. No matter where you're living, you're going to be paying property taxes for the house or condo that you own. And here are the millage rates for the property taxes between Cocoa Beach and Satellite Beach. So the millage rate for Cocoa Beach in 2022 was $15.77 versus $18.12 for the millage rate in Satellite Beach. You can check the Brevard County property appraisers to see what the current tax rate is depending on when you're watching this video. What are your thoughts about Airbnbs, on short-term rentals, on hotels and living near hotels and that type of touristy, transient type population? Let me know in the comments. I asked that question just because Cocoa Beach and Satellite Beach has two completely different stances on the Airbnb short-term rental market. Here's how Cocoa Beach does it. There are quite a few hotels throughout the city. There's also some small mom and pop motels. There are a couple timeshares, and they also allow Airbnb rentals. You're allowed to use your single family home, townhome if there's no HOA, duplex, triplex, multifamily. You could use all of those for an Airbnb type property that'll allow daily rentals in the city of Cocoa Beach. Condos, they're a little different because depending on the complex, each condominium has their own declaration rules and regulations that usually state what the minimum rental period is. Some of the condos will allow daily rentals, weekly rental, monthly rentals, 12-month minimum. A couple of them don't allow rentals at all. So if you're buying a condominium to live in year-round, keep an eye on that. Or even if you're buying it for an investment, you definitely need to keep an eye on what the condo restrictions are. But just know there are a lot of year-round residents in Cocoa Beach, myself included, so it's just not all transients that are living here or short-term rentals. There are some year-round folks. There are some people that own property specifically for a second home, vacation home, or weekend getaway, but there's definitely short-term daily rentals throughout the city too. Satellite Beach, they have a completely different approach than Cocoa Beach. I don't believe there's any hotels in the city limits of Satellite Beach. I know that if you're living on the west side of A1A, it's 90-day minimum rentals in Satellite Beach. And if you're living on the east side of A1A, it's a 30-day minimum for Satellite Beach. And for condominiums, just like I mentioned for Cocoa Beach, each complex is different. You need to rely on what the condo documents say and what the rental restrictions are and abide by those. Just know that there are a lot of year-round residents, lots of vacation or second home type properties. The one thing you won't find legally in the city of Satellite Beach are daily rental or Airbnb style rental properties. All right, now let's talk real estate between Cocoa Beach and Satellite Beach. City of Cocoa Beach has more condominiums than they do single family homes, and Satellite Beach has more single family homes than they do condominiums. But looking at the actual number of condos between the two cities, Satellite Beach has 53 condominium complexes with about 1,500 units throughout all of Satellite Beach. And these condos, they have quite a few of them. They have a lot of them that are oceanfront. They have a couple of them that are near the canals, and then they also have quite a few that are dry lots but are closer to A1A than they are to South Patrick Drive. And then Cocoa Beach, all of the 32931, there are 293 condo complexes in that area with over 7,100 individual units. And these condos, quite a few of them are oceanfront. You have riverfront options, you have canal front options, and then you have the dry condos throughout all of Cocoa Beach. Last 12 months, there were over 300 condo sales in Cocoa Beach, ranging from $120,000 to $1.9 million. And City of Satellite Beach, there were 88 condo sales the last 12 months, ranging from $125,000 to $1.5 million. So even though there are more condo sales in Cocoa Beach, you can see the prices are fairly similar between these two beach towns. Looking at the single family homes, Cocoa Beach has over 2,800 single family homes in the 32931. Over 1,300 of them are on dry lots. Over 1,000 of them are canal front. There are 343 homes that are on the river and 105 oceanfront homes in Cocoa Beach. And the single-family homes that are in Satellite Beach, there are over 5,500 single-family homes throughout all of Satellite Beach. 4,300 of these are dry lots. Almost 1,100 of them are on some type of canalway. 71 homes are on the river, and they have 20 homes that are oceanfront in Satellite Beach. And looking at the sales for the last 12 months for single-family homes, Satellite Beach, there were 210 homes sell, ranging from $250,000 to $1.9 million. And the city of Cocoa Beach had 90 homes sell, ranging from $362,000 to $3.25 million. So even though the high end and the low end, there's some separation between the two cities, I still believe that you can find similar price homes in either Satellite Beach or Cocoa Beach. So which way are you leaning? Are you leaning more towards Satellite Beach or you're leaning more towards Cocoa Beach? Let me know in the comments. No matter where you plan on moving, whether you're coming into the Space Coast or you're moving out in our area, I am certain that you have questions. I am here to help. You can call me, you can text me, you can comment below. If you're on any of these social media sites, you can find me there and send me a direct message. However you like to communicate, I am great with. My name is Eric Larkin with Real Brokers. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you on the next show.